Work. It's something that every person has to do in life. It's how we make a living. It's how we're able to do the things that we want to do. It's how we live. But what happens if work becomes the main part of your life and the only thing that you do? This is when the idea of work-life balance comes into play. It's the idea of keeping one's personal and work life as equal importance in their life. So during this speech, I will go over a lot of different things that go into having good work-life communication. People who are very successful in their field of work while also having good work-life communication, and different communication behaviors that are crucial when talking about work-life communication. So to start, we first need to understand what boundary management is. The way that I look at boundary management is seeing it all as the different ways that a person manages all the different things that they have going on in their life. It may sound very simple, but it actually has a lot that goes into it, and there are actually two different styles of boundary management that are commonly used. These styles are segmenter and integrator. We will be looking at the segmenter style first. According to Chapter 12 of Organizational Communication, a Lifespan Approach, people who use the segmenter strategy keep their work and non-work lives very separate. They believe that it is crucial to have these separate lives to have good work-life boundaries. People who use this style make it very clear to everyone they work with that they keep work at work and home at home. And sometimes they may even go far enough to explain in email notes that they do not check their email at certain times of the hours of the day, so they can make sure that their work and non-work lives do not overlap whatsoever. On the other hand, the second style is not so concrete as the segmenter style is. The second approach is known as the integrator style. This style is a little more simple than the segmenter style. People who practice the integrator style do not have as many boundaries between their personal lives outside of work and their work lives. So Chapter 12 of Organizational Communication, a Lifespan Approach, explains the difference between the two styles in a way that is very easy to understand. The book states that people who practice the segmenter style usually have two separate email accounts, one for work and one for personal use. And they do not check their personal email at work or check their work email when they're at home with their family. While people who practice the integrator style may have different email accounts for both work and personal life, but they will have both of them set up on the same phone so they can check both whether they're at work or at home. So to put it simply, people who use the integrator style have less of a hard line between their work lives and their personal lives. The use of boundary management and the two styles that come with it can help us be effective workers and achieve what we want to do in our careers while still having a healthy personal life that can flourish. Understanding which style works best from person to person can help people achieve which style works best for them. So the person who I decided to study about their boundary management techniques was my father, James Fleet. My father is a professor at the University of Texas with his PhD, and he also does cancer research at the university, and is also a part of the Vitamin D Research Committee. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he teaches an undergraduate nutrition class, and on Tuesday and Thursday, when he is off campus, he is in his lab doing research. During the summer, he reviews and writes grants for both himself and other people in his field. So to say the least, he's very busy. If I were to categorize my father's work-life boundary preference, I would consider him an integrator. The reason that I would categorize him in this style is because he does distinguish between work and personal life, but a lot of the times they do overlap. A great example of this is when my family went on vacation with him while he was going on a conference. There have been many different times where my dad's conferences would take him to somewhere cool like New York City or Denmark, for example. So my dad decided whenever he had a conference in a cool place like that, he would take my family along with him. He would have to do a lot of work while he was there, but after the conferences, there would always be these little dinners for all the people that were invited to the conference. And my dad always made sure that he invited both me and my brother and my mom to these conferences, really integrating his work life and his personal family life. Another much more common example of my father being in the style of integrator is when he is with my family and also doing work. My family will just be hanging out, maybe just watching TV, not really doing much, and my dad will just be working on his laptop. This is a great example of him using the integration style because he is both working on things for work and also spending time with his family. I think that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages when talking about my father using the integration style of work-life balance. The reason for this is because he has a lot on his plate at work, and maybe if he used the segmenter style of work-life balance, then I wouldn't be able to do as much with him. But since he has found a good balance of integrating the two, I am able to spend a lot of time with him, even though he may be doing some work while we are together, but still having some quality time together. So work-life balance is an important topic for everyone because it can be applied to everyone who has a job. We have gone over what boundary management is and the two different styles, both segmenter and integrator. I introduced you to how my dad deals with work-life balances through the integration style and how it benefits both his work and his personal family life. And overall, this can be applied to a lot of different people, myself included. And I'm excited to see how my work-life balance improves with these techniques. Thank you.